Durante, you guys just took down TSM and qualified for Worlds, and it wasn't just a normal series. You pulled off the reverse sweep, so just tell me what's going on in your head right now.
I mean, holy shit.
Clutch Gaming weren't supposed to make Worlds. They weren't supposed to almost beat the best team in their league in playoffs. Hell, they weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs.
Mark, TSM 3-1, we'll get into it.
We will. Thank you for that promise, Mark.
Clutch finished the spring split in 9th place, with only one win separating them from the team in dead last. And the gap between Clutch and the rest of the league was massive. So when Clutch began their long summer climb to Worlds, no one expected much. But they defied the odds.
Froggen, he goes into the stasis to buy a little bit of extra time. Demonte continues diving forward, but he may have gone a little bit too far. He's taken into the Guardian Angel. The resurrection comes through. Golden Guardians still trying to grab themselves a kill. FBI's throwing the spears, and there's a kill for Froggen. FBI's taken down, though, and the Golden Guardians are finding themselves on the wrong end of the fight.
They gave us one of the greatest Cinderella stories the LCS has ever seen. But then their legend was cut short, because Clutch blew up before they ever got a chance to run it back.
North America, put your hands together for your final World's representative, Clutch Gaming!
Before Worlds 2019, if you knew anything about Clutch Gaming, you knew them as that team that made playoffs in their first ever split in the LCS.
It's 1-for-1 so far. Support's gonna be traded off. Lyra's bomb is kept alive again, and Featherman, true to his words, will end them today. TSM routed, the game over, and that is the end of this series and the end of TSM's perfect record of attending the playoff finals. Clutch Gaming will be the first organization to deny them their pass to the semis and will earn their spot in Miami.
But after that, Clutch took a nosedive, finishing their next 2 splits in 9th. So how did they go from a complete mess with no domestic hopes to a Worlds contender? Well, they had to change everything to do it.
Dignitas and Clutch Gaming are merging, so essentially we now will be helping run and operate that LCS team.
So Clutch was in the toilet by the end of the 2019 spring split, but shockingly, Dignitas were still interested in picking up the team. So they took over operations and started cleaning things up.
When Dignitas came in, the biggest change that came with it was the person who was running the team, and Michael Prindivil is like the CEO of Dignitas, and he kind of came in right away and made sure that everyone knew that kind of he was the boss now. And when he did that, he kind of established a new culture at the team, and it kind of unified us all from just like this group of 5 players that all of us knew we were good individually, and to this group of 5 players where like we all wanted to be a team suddenly.
Eventually, Clutch would become Dignitas, but even before that, the new CEO and GM knew that the team could go far.
Michael came in, you know, he met everyone, tried to find out what was going on, why is his team losing. He did a lot of, you know, sitting back, just observing. And, you know, finally it came down to, you know, after Rift Rivals, me and him sat down, you know, what needs to change with this team to make them winners? Because it's very obvious on paper, this team is extremely good. You know, we properly explained to Mike, you know, this team's ceiling is as high as 2nd place.
And they made changes to Clutch's coaching staff, too.
The big changes made were obviously the removal of our former head coach and then one of our assistant coaches as well. We ended up bringing on ThinkCard. He's done phenomenal. Highly valued coach, you know, with his game sense, you know, can really appreciate what he brings to the table.
And while all that doesn't seem like much, they had a solid roster ready to go. First was Hooney. Always loud, always cocky.
I think right now my skills, the level is like the only impact can match versus my skills.
What do you think about Kobe as a caster? Do you have any opinions on Kobe as a caster?
Yes, whatever.
Come on!
He's great. I love him.
Abbas Sommer as individually has also like in only LCS, like I would say 10 out of 10. I think I performed like really well. I was like really satisfied how I was doing really well.
Demonte returned to the starting lineup after a short trip to the bench and became a meme juggernaut.
Do you know what time it is?
I know.
Do you know?
Can you say with me?
Same time?
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Tenor time.
But it wasn't all memes. Clutch also had the quieter Lyra in the jungle, Vulcan, a young French-Canadian support, and the ever-consistent AD carry, Cody's son.
You know what they say, you cry when you're born, and then you cry when you die.
What are you on?
Clutch spent most of the summer in the middle of the pack. They always beat teams below them in the standings, but they never could quite beat the ones above them. Clutch went into playoffs as the 5th seed, which meant they were surrounded by teams they couldn't beat. So it's no surprise that nobody expected Clutch to even win their first match.
Jat, what do you got for me?
I have TSM more so because Clutch is 1 and 9 against playoff teams and 8-0 against non-playoff teams.
And they're playing a
We
playoff.
are in the playoffs.
All right,
so
well, yeah.
But on game day, Clutch proved everyone wrong.
Ult comes in for Sven, no stun yet for the Sejuani, and now into the re-engage, but they have knocked out Smoothie, 1 for 0. There's the pull for round 2 again. Dismounting Broken Blade, that's 2 kills, and they both go to Cody's son. Bit respectful as the Tom Kench coming over, knock up those. This is a 4 versus 3 right now. Team is coming in for a bit more. Nice stun on a Vulcan. Here comes Lyra now as well, 4 versus 4. As the rest of the squad comes in, it's actually all at TSM, but a good equalizer buys some space. Bramo builds a lot as well.
They're getting
and
roasted.
they're in the front line. They are burning down. Look at the team fight! Bjergsen's gone as well! And 8 for Clutch!
TSM can win any team fight, but it's all comes down to execution.
No flag on the 4. Equalizer over the top, gonna get a lot of damage on the speak, and a stop box buys even more time. Rosen's burning down into the backline. Sven is dangerously low, and Cody's son signs the death warrant! The push and the ace, and what a team fight! What a game! What a series! Clutch Gaming 3-1, knocked down TSM.
But even though Clutch beat TSM, there were still doubters. TSM was in shambles at the time, running a rookie jungler who just debuted 2 weeks earlier. So their next series was Clutch's real test. They were up against the defending champions, the best team NA had ever seen, Team Liquid. People were expecting a 3-0.
All right, Mark, well, no, too late.
Whoa.
Already answered the question.
Nice.
Yeah, 3-0, 30 in a handshake.
3-0, 30 in a handshake.
They weren't expecting Clutch to put up a fight.
Yeah, but Smithy wants to make him pay for it.
Oh,
it's the 3-man Team Liquid play coming in. Monte with a flash, looking to keep himself alive. Just barely able to do it long enough to make the trade come out. And Clutch Gaming will collapse on Team Liquid. Still not a 1v1 you're going to win up against Jensen. Counterattack coming in now as Vulcan goes in with the Nautilus. Demonte going to be soaking some damage, and Vulcan is gone. Demonte is gone. A double kill for Impact, and Team Liquid are on the victory march. Jensen's on a rampage. Impact got a triple kill, and Hooney watches on as the rest of Clutch falls. Can help a lot if Clutch playing. Here, all 3 of those. But now we're going in, and Double is going to be the target. Core JJ keeps him alive, but more damage is going to be coming through. Got him. There's the pull on the Double lift. There's your team fight. Team Liquid are shredded. Garner heading down there to start. Boomerang finds plenty of damage onto the Team Liquid lines, and now we're going to go in. Glacial Fissure plus the equalizer surely spells doom for Team Liquid. Cody's son's grabbing the first. Jensen goes into stasis. Double lift goes into the dirt. It's a double for Cody, and Clutch Gaming will take it all the way home. And with another member down, Clutch only have 4. Can they do it? Team Liquid coming for that victory. Core JJ goes for the flash into the stun on Cody's son. He's not going to grab it. Not anymore now. Vulcan is gone. Impacts into the back line. It was a valiant effort by Clutch Gaming. But Team Liquid show why they're the best team in North America.
Honestly, about the Team Liquid series was like really close. I was like really sad after because I think we could have easily make it. Like we could have done it, and it was like, damn, if we just won one more game, like we would have got this one with the final.
I mean, after the series was over, I think that's when all of us realized that we can actually go to Worlds and that this year actually could end with us being in like a different continent.
I want everyone to fucking think about how badly they want to go to Worlds, how badly we want to fucking win. I do not want to play against CLG, against FlyQuest, against TSM, and lose. These fucking teams are not better than us. We deserve to be at Worlds. We need to try fucking harder.
FlyQuest, CLG, TSM. If Clutch wanted to go to Worlds, and they did, they had to beat each one of these teams in the gauntlet. 1 by 1.
Clutch Gaming in 4 games is going to look to find their first regional qualifier victory, and they're going to be doing it against FlyQuest and go on to face Counter Logic Gaming.
Wiggly up in 6. Turret, they have the Mountain Drake.
Firefrost slow, they're going for it all.
Clutch Gaming, they said they would never let it happen again, and they have done it. They will play TSM for the last spot at Worlds.
Clutch ran through FlyQuest and CLG, beating both teams 3-1. But TSM proved to be their true challenge.
We knew it was not going to be like for sure easy, because at the same time TSM was like mad that we beat them, and they were like hella practicing it a lot.
I mean, TSM has got to be careful. Durante still has his flash and his ultimate here, and they are kind of playing with fire, it feels like.
That's going to be one down. Lyra goes down. Who's going to be getting the Rift Herald now? And it is going to Broken Blade. 40 seconds to pick it up for TSM, and they're going to start trying to take down Durante. Chase him down to the Raptor Pit as Cody Sun has to Feather Storm out of this one. And TSM come up huge.
And they absolutely melt Clutch.
Game 1 in the regional qualifier finals going to TSM as they want revenge over Clutch Gaming. Stasis now from the Guardian Angel to come up for Durante. What can he do before he goes down? And it's going to be up to Sven now to do the damage along with Bjergsen picking up 2 more kills. They are starting to wipe Clutch off of the Rift, and that's a double for Bjergsen. We're going on to game 3 because that's the second victory for TSM.
Oh, these games!
After just game 1, even though we kind of lose, like I feel like they're playing so bad. And especially like, there was a lot big top gap too. Like I was like really confident that I can beat this guy like 5 games in a row. And I told my teammates, just like, it's gonna go 5 games no matter what. After 2 games, like just play until we lose 1 more Nexus. And I was like, we can't lose this shitty team. Like we can't let TSM go to like wars because they're bad, you know.
3 strong in mid. Kiana coming down the top side of blue. Huni flanking now onto Sven, out of position. Sven is down. Rest of TSM has to find their way in through their own front door because they cannot base to the fountain. That's an ultimate stolen. Only Vanguard's dead for Bjergsen. Isn't going to really do too much against Clutch, and they are now inside the base.
Huni is a monster! He just soloed Sven with Sejuani right next to him, diving in on the Aurelia, and Clutch!
Jack still available to use as Bjergsen's looking to kill Huni. Soldiers forward, Huni just gets the drop out. That's going to be the Morellos, not an ignite, so Huni stays alive. Here comes Durante, Glacial Prison in his hands. They're going to get 1 kill there, and he uses it to take down the rest of TSM. TSM on the Iron Lung for game 4, as they do have game point, but now it's going to be for both teams. Clutch Gaming come all the way back. Like I said, they planted the seed for the reverse sweep, and man, is it starting to grow. As they may stay for the final touches. There's 3 kills. It's going to be TSM going down. The first Nexus turret is going to be in Clutch's eyes. A second year that they will miss it. Durante already out of his seat. And North America, put your hands together for your final World's representative, Clutch Gaming.
In the end, Clutch played 27 postseason games. More games than they played the entire regular season. They battled with kings. They tasted defeat in front of tens of thousands of fans. And they pulled off an insane reverse sweep against one of North America's most beloved teams. In the end, Clutch were going to Worlds.
Yeah, when we knew we were going to Worlds, it was super surreal because I think this 2019 year was a big grind for all of the players on our team, and there were ups and downs, and then for all that to lead up to actually us going to Worlds, it's like, wow, like this is what I've been wanting all my career, and my career has not even been that long, and we already made it here.
Clutch's Worlds run was less than stellar.
Words before moving towards expletives. SKT go undefeated in the first half of groups and make a statement.
It's the base race, Cam, give it to us. But now it's just a matter of can they hold on. There's just too much damage. The tower is not enough from Cody Sun. I don't think they can do it. The tower has been broken down. The Nexus has been taken down, and Clutch bet it all and lose everything in the process.
RNG will eliminate Clutch to make things go 0-5. They're not done just yet. A couple extra kills before the Nexus falls, and Huni will be blown up. RNG set their sights on Fnatic.
And a little bit more of a methodical game out of RNG.
While they made it out of the play-in stage, they got stuck with a group of death against 3 of the best teams in the world. So they lost. Like a lot. But who could blame them?
The only Western team since the new format to go 0-6 in groups.
They also had a ridiculously hard group.
To be fair, nobody had as ridiculous a group as that though.
2020 looked bright for this Clutch Gaming roster. They made it to Worlds off the back of a Cinderella run that captivated fans. Cody, Durante, and Vulcan were all relatively young, burgeoning NA talents. The team was going to be called Dignitas now, but that hardly mattered. They would still be able to keep the fans enthralled. But before the roster could run it back in the new decade, it collapsed. The offseason started and Lyra, Durante, Cody Sun, and Vulcan, along with Coach Artemis, were out. Even their GM left to join Evil Geniuses. The only player left from the team that shook up NA still on Dignitas was Huni. The party was over. While Vulcan and Cody Sun landed on their feet, Lyra and Durante weren't as lucky.
Durante, can you say what you are doing next split?
Next split? I mean, as of right now, it looks like I'm probably going to be playing in Academy.
The collapse of Clutch Gaming robbed North America of one of the most interesting teams the league has seen in years. They weren't a super team like Team Liquid or legacy fan favorites like TSM and C9. They were something brand new. A team of upstarts who did the impossible. Clutch climbed out of the gutter to the top of NA, forcing fans to give them the respect they deserved. And fans fell in love with them, both for their hilarious personalities and their underdog story. But now, we'll never know what could have been. We'll never know what that incredible roster could have done with another year of support. Could they make it to finals? Could they topple Team Liquid? Could they make it out of groups at Worlds? And that's the true tragedy of Clutch Gaming. We'll never know just how far they could have gone. Now be careful with how you say cocky, so you don't just say cocky and then it just sounds like cock.
Yeah.
Cocky. Cocky. That's gonna get turned to an N board. I'm so fucking, why did I do that?
Cocky. Cocky.
Matt. Sound like the fucking Crypt Keeper. Matt.